All right, man, Torture Talk, 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock show, you know what it is, man. Back at it, whipping the Craftmatic. All right, so look, man. So today's episode is a special episode. It was supposed to drop, but it's dropping now. This episode basically is about Drake might have a sister, and or he really might have a daughter, because the Ville did some investigating and he is amazing with it, and he cracked something, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Crack the code. So before I get into that, I got to get my spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing if you're new here. Let me work for your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones at. Still on Rasm. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content. Absolutely free, but if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App. They call me the Hidden Gem. I went from 1,300 subscribers to over 14,000. On the 15,000 subscriber, I will be giving away a cash prize. And I am the King of the North. So let me know what kingdom you from. So we're going to get right to this, man. Let's do it. All right, man. Shout out to the Ville, man. He almost had 10,000 subscribers. Please, everybody go subscribe to this man. The link will be in the description, his page. He does a lot of good work. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the best of our class. And I really appreciate his digging and his deep, content that he brings up. And this is one of the best ones he did, in my opinion, because he cracked the code. So, all right, so let's get it.
What's going on, y'all? Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you'd like to donate to the channel, the cash app's in the top right corner of the video. But let's get into it, because I want to discuss if Drake is hiding a sister or if he's hiding a daughter. Now, for some of you who may have noticed, and for some of you who may have not, in Fighting Irish, in the last verse in particular that we're going to be talking about today, the third verse is where he kind of in some way responds to Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams was the diss track by Kendrick Lamar. And in some way, I believe that Drake was trying to respond to the things that Kendrick Lamar said in this diss track. Now, if you could remember Meet the Grams, a lot of things were said in Meet the Grams, especially in the fourth verse when the letter was written to Aubrey, dear Aubrey, all that, right? When he starts talking about the things that Drake struggles with, you got gambling problems, drinking problems, pill popping and spending problems, talking about the drinking problems and the gambling habits that Drake has, all the way to the point where he starts talking about religious views. When he talks about how he lied about religious views, he lied about the surgery, lied about the accents and past tense, all his perjury, right? These were things that Kendrick was writing a letter to Drake about, the things that he has issues.
The curse of Meet the Gram. Make sure y'all go check my video out. Yeah, man. I was saying this before. That last verse, Kendrick was saying to Drake, I don't think that you can get no deeper than that. And that verse cut Drake deep to the point where he's still railing from it. He still is upset about it. He still feels some type of way about it. And you can't get around it. And he's the way he's gonna put this together, the Ville, this is amazing. I love how he did this.
With. And going back to Fighting Irish, you can see Drake subtly talk about these things. When Kendrick talked about Meet the Grams, we're talking about the Graham family, Drake's family, which is something that he also touches on. So you see here, he says, right here, this is how it starts. Bury me in gold, my blood is Egyptian. The dentist genes come out when the vodka is flooding my system. I don't have a drinking problem. I got a subtle addiction. I got my father's habits and I got my mother's permission.
You see where it says here, hold up, let me see if I can see it. Where it says, on the other thing, it said the Dennis James, not Jeans. So on the other one, it said Dennis James. Now, I noticed something too. When people were saying that he had AI write this for him, I was wondering, why would he put my dad has another child. I got my mother's permission. My dad has another child. I told him that wasn't my sister. Why would he put that? But I'm telling y'all, I see what Drake is saying. My dad has another child. I told him that wasn't my sister. So I believe Drake is telling us that uh that's not his father saying he has another child. He's saying that's his son. You know what I'm saying? My dad has another child. I told him that wasn't my sister, not his father. Drake is saying that's what his son is telling him. You know what I'm saying? By saying, like, making a joke about it, by saying, well, you're you heard your dad has another child, and the son is saying, ain't my sister. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe Drake is hiding in these bars. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it going, man.
Dad has another child. I told him that wasn't my sister. Grew up with dozens of Jews, churches with dozens of Christians. Also developed a deep respect for the Muslim religion. I'm staring at my daddy while he tell me that I'm that guy. So you could see here that he's addressing the addiction issues that Kendrick was talking about, the drinking problems. He's talking about his family, the Grams, his mom, his dad, and now he just had a reason to point out the sister, as well as talking about the religious views that Drake has come to understand and respect. But these are all things that Kendrick had pointed out back in Meet the Grams. The one thing that I did want to focus on at this time was the bar right here where he talks about my dad has another child. I told him that it wasn't my sister. Now, Drake is addressing a complex family situation. His father has another child, but Drake doesn't consider that child to be his sister, likely due to feelings of estrangement or a lack of emotional connection. The line suggests that Drake may feel disconnected from this new family member, perhaps because of his complicated relationship with his father or personal reasons. So this is Genius saying that Drake is denouncing that he has a sister. He's not open to having a sister in his life. He doesn't want his sister in his life. Which honestly, in a song like this, I don't think it's a good look when you're talking about things that you're responding to from Meet the Grams. When you're not accepting your sister, but also being accused of not accepting your alleged daughter, right? So it looks.
And that's another thing. And this is what makes me believe that he's saying his son is saying that to him, not him saying that to his father. I mean, is his dad on record for having another child? I don't know about that. I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? I never seen his dad on record saying he has another child. And this is the first time I ever heard Drake say anything about him having a sister. I never heard it. Maybe y'all can explain it, but I never heard Drake say he had a sister. Never heard that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that it's Drake's son saying that to him, and he's saying his son is saying he doesn't have a sister.
It's kind of crazy, right? But let me get back to it. Dennis Graham had made some post a while back, I believe a few years ago, talking about one of his grandchildren. And you would think, oh, he's probably talking about Adonis. He's probably talking about something like that. No, well, that sister line, it goes a long way because now people are digging up some information. People have digged up information about Dennis Graham in the past to see, well, does he actually have other kids? Because if you look up on the internet, it's not going to show that Drake has a sister. If you look up online, it will show that Drake doesn't really have any siblings. You see, if you look online, it says, as it turns out, it has not been confirmed by anybody, any verified outlets, or an interview that Drake has any brothers or sisters. However, there has been rumors going around for some time now that Drake has a half sister on his father's side. So the internet is saying that Drake doesn't have a sister, Drake doesn't have siblings, that it's also a rumor that he might have a sister. But if you look here, it says that Dennis Graham, Drake's father, has two more half siblings, which means that Drake has two more siblings that he's related to. Whether he likes them or not, whether he accepts them or not,
Now, see,
that's his dad's
that's
blood.
the thing. I never knew that. I never knew that Drake dad had two other children. Never knew that. And maybe I'm wrong about what was said. You know what I'm saying? But I still stand by it. I mean, because of what he's going to say about what this is coming up.
And those are his siblings. But the theory that I bring to you today is in regards to a thing that Dennis Graham had posted a long time ago, when he had talked about a child, he had talked about somebody that he had said was his granddaughter. As you can see, this is the real Dennis Graham. He said, "My beautiful granddaughter." Right here, you can see my beautiful granddaughter. And he posted a picture of a little girl. There's another picture that he had posted of this little girl. It's a picture of this. And this, I at first, bro, I'm not even gonna lie, I thought it was Adonis. But then if you look closely, it's a girl. She has her nails painted. So
Bruh. Oh my God. Bruh. Let's see, man.
it's not a, it looks like Adonis, but it's not. It's a little girl because obviously you can see that they have painted nails. And I'm assuming that this little girl is the same girl in this photo as well, where Dennis Graham is saying, "My beautiful granddaughter." Now, going back to the lyrics right here, now this is what the
Oops.
listeners are speculating here as well, where Dennis Graham is saying, "My
That was 2014. So 2014. 2014, beautiful granddaughter. What? How old this girl would be? 2014. Yeah, you gonna figure that out.
beautiful granddaughter." Now, going back to the lyrics right here, now this is what the listeners are speculating here from this song. It could be two things at this time. Either Drake does have a sister, and the little girl that's being shared on Dennis Graham's profile, where he's calling her the granddaughter, that could be Drake's sister's daughter, or it could be Drake's actual daughter. See, what people are trying to say is either one, it's his sister, and that's his sister's daughter, or two, it's Drake's daughter, and he's trying to spin it as if he has a sister, and that's his sister's kid. Because it's obvious that when Dennis Graham posts "My beautiful granddaughter," and if sources can't confirm if Drake has siblings or not, then you would assume that this child is Drake's. But then Drake, in some way, listeners are saying that Drake is trying to get ahead of the curve. That if Drake has a sister that he just doesn't claim, then that little girl that's in Dennis Graham's post is technically his niece, so to speak.
Yeah, that
So
doesn't.
could this be his sister?
Well, that would be Dennis Graham's granddaughter, because if that's the daughter by one of his other sisters or brothers or whatever. But I don't understand how people can't confirm that Dennis Graham has other children. I mean, I'm sure that that wouldn't be hard to find out. If Dennis Graham has other children, I mean, that's public information, right? Like, I don't understand how that wouldn't be like in the I mean, the person wouldn't come out and say, "Yeah, I'm Drake's half sister," or Drake's my I'm Drake's father's daughter. Like, no one said anything. I don't roll with that. I'm not rolling. I definitely think that this is probably Drake's daughter. You can't use definitely and probably in the same sentence, but I'm trying to cover my tracks. So just in case I'm wrong, I'll be like, well, I did say probably in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this to me, this is Drake trying to cover his tracks. You know what I'm saying?
Sister's daughter, or could this be Drake lying about having a sister and then actually having a daughter that he's trying to deny as well? This is what fans are saying. This is what's speculated. I'm not trying to say that it's real or not. I don't know if Drake has a sister or not, but clearly in the last song that he had made, this is the first time I ever mentioned that he ever had a sister. If y'all listen to Drake, y'all could tell me if he's had a sister in the past and if he's brought her up. If Dennis Graham has brought her up in an interview, y'all could let me know. But as of currently right now, this is the first time that I ever heard Drake talk about having a sister, but also denouncing her at the same time, not accepting her, not claiming her to be his sister or his blood. It would be crazy though if Drake did have a sister, but Drake not claiming his sister and then not claiming an alleged daughter is crazy, bro. At the end of the day, like it's still crazy. Even if you didn't have a daughter, you're not claiming your sister, which is still pretty bad when you talk about Meet the Grams as a whole. But the only reason why people think that Drake is lying about having a sister is because he never talked about having a sister at all until this
And that's exactly what I'm saying. You never talked about having a sister, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, you just put that in a bar. Like my dad told me, I told him that's not my sister. That wasn't my sister. Out of the blue, you know what I'm saying? Just out of the blue. Or he could be saying he told his dad that that wasn't his sister. That was actually his daughter. Yo, I just thought about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that could be it. I don't know.
Song had came out. Like I said, if you know any proof of him talking about his sister in the past, let me know in the comments. But people think that he's lying about having a sister to cover up the fact that he might have a daughter that Dennis Graham slipped up and posted on Instagram. Either that or this is actually his niece that he's not claiming either. Either way, it's still pretty messed up to have a sister and not claim them, or to have a daughter and not claim them. Allegedly, right? I don't know if Drake has a daughter or not, but through word of mouth, he said that he has a sister that he doesn't claim. So it's not far fetched to think that Drake has family that he don't fuck with.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We gonna end it there. Make sure y'all go follow the Ville. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm thinking that it's his daughter and his son is saying that to him, that he said he have a sister, because I believe if that's the case, if Drake is the only child and his son is the only child, his son is saying that that's not my sister, because his son is at that age. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, if Drake was to come out, I mean, if this was to come out that Drake has a daughter, yeah, people would be mad. But I believe that Drake has this thing where people, they mad at him, but they let stuff go. They be like, "Whoa," I could hear it now. I could hear Maul. I could hear all of them now. Whoa, I mean, the way they treat little girls nowadays, you gotta understand is that, like, I would hide my kid too. Michael Jackson hit his kids. He hit his kids too. So I'm telling you, I would do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Drake, I'm not telling people I got a daughter. Now she gonna get harassed. Like, nah, bro. I can see it now. They'll make up something for him. So if he do have a daughter, he's just better off just saying. He would be like, look, he better off just saying, look, Kendrick was right. I got multiple kids. Just be like, was it Jimmy Swagger? Be like, I don't know if y'all know who Jimmy Swagger is. When he got caught messing with a prostitute and he was a pastor. Look it up. It's funny. It ain't funny, but it's funny. He got caught messing with a prostitute and he was he admitted it on his show. You know what I'm saying? Crying. I sinned. I think that's what it is with Drake. He should just come out and say, look, man, Kendrick was right. I got a couple of kids, man. That boy good, man. I ain't gonna lie. If he did that, he ain't gonna lose no credibility. You know what I'm saying? People will be like, oh, okay, yeah, Drake. They'll make an excuse up for him. He gave Kendrick props. Y'all should be happy. You know what I'm saying? But either way, man, thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all, man. Peace, bye.